Hi everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA, and I just wanted to share with you our latest project. This is February 2019, and we've got a foodscaping project here in the city of Redondo Beach, California. And it's so much fun. I just wanted to share it with you, share the world, and try to maybe inspire you to consider foodscaping, landscaping with food. A couple things you get out of it. It looks great, looks beautiful, but also you get meals out of it. You get actual food. The average food you buy at the store has not been connected to the planet, where the roots are pumping antioxidants and vitamins into it. And so as a result, the food you get at the store is somewhat nutrient deficient. When you pick it and you eat it, it's actually the highest nutrient dense food on the planet. So I wanted to just point out a few things, and if you're thinking to do this, you could call us, or you could figure out how to do it yourself. But anyway, a few things that we can do here I wanted to show you. Now, this backyard, last week when we got the call a couple weeks ago, new homeowner, they'd moved in and there was just big trees that were old and dying, and they did serve to screen out the neighbors in the back. So we knew right away that we had to, if we were going to take stuff out, it was real important to replace that screen. So what we did was, on the back wall, we actually installed 10 Calliandra himbocepphalo pink powder puff. Check out that flower. Ooh. You know what, I would be right on if I told you that this is probably the #1 hummingbird attractor in the plant world, because it's red and they just go nuts over this stuff. They nest in it. They absolutely love it. We wanted something that was going to provide a screen, but more than just a screen, something that's going to feed not just humans, but feed the hummingbirds. And so if you bring the hummingbirds, you bring the bees, you bring the pollinators, they're going to pollinate your fruit trees. And so I wanted to show you that we have the screen right here with the pink powder puffs. Then we installed the fruit trees. We've got an apple tree over there. It's an Anna apple. There's a Fuji apple here. There's a peach tree, Santa Barbara peach. There's another Santa Barbara peach. We got a persimmon. We even have a Santa Rosa plum. So imagine this. Now, in about 6 months, it's going to be totally leafed out. We'll do another YouTube video. We'll come back. But this is day 1. We just finished. And here's the other fruit trees. Fabulous fruit trees. They don't have anything on them right now because it's February, but they will soon start sprouting out leaves. The vegetable boxes. So this was an old lawn that was here. Get rid of the lawn, right? And because it just sucks up the water. It is a carbon sink, so it is good for the environment, but it just sucks a lot of water up. If you're going to put a lot of water out, then why not put water into food? And so we built these are redwood boxes. The homeowner wanted them raised up because, you know, if you're growing veggies on the ground, you're bending over like that, and you do that for a couple hours, your back is just spent. It's done. So the idea is to put a raised bed. These are 16 feet long by 4 feet, I believe, and we actually put a piece of wood on the top. We stabilized it so that the homeowner, if they're bending over this much and they get tired, it's a hot day, they can come out here and they can just sit down and take a rest. So it's really good. The sprinkler system, these are called micro sprays. I got to click this on so you can see this. It's a really cool idea, depending on what the client wants. Let me go ahead and show you this. Let's see here. Okay, so this is what they look like when they're on, and all I have to do is turn a dial and it shuts it off completely. So, and then you can manipulate how much water actually comes out of this. We have micro sprays in all 4 boxes. Now, an interesting thing about this is that there's 2 boxes here that are going to get shaded 6 months out of the year because the sun has a more southern exposure at this time of year. And so this right here is pretty much on it's just going to be shaded. So they can still grow plants, but they're going to grow things like leafy greens and stuff that doesn't take a lot of sun necessarily. Over here, this is going to get doused with sun 12 months out of the year. So we put these sprinklers, a hydro zone we call it, we put that on one valve or one zone, and then there's 2 planters here. We actually are going to have these 2 planters on its own zone for sprinklers. Now we added one other zone. In fact, I'll turn it on right now. It has a timer here, but I just manually overrode the timer with the Rainbird valve. You can do that. And right now, the sprinklers are going on the fruit trees and the caliandra plants. And so what's nice about this is that the sprinkler's on and you don't even know it. The reason why is because it's drip irrigation. We use the Rainbird Copper Shield technology drip irrigation. Louis Gamino, certified arborist, he actually did the placing around this ginormous avocado tree, a big Haas avocado. This thing is really old. But what's interesting is, let me move this away a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, so there's actually drip irrigation that goes up to about right here, because where are all the feeder roots? The feeder roots are not right next to the trunk, but they're out here searching and trying to look for those nutrients. So we did that, and then I might point out too that if you do drip irrigation, we have something called a clean out, which is if there's any sediment that gets in the line, once a year you can come out and you can see this hole where we run all the ends of the lines right here just to make it convenient. And I don't know which one is for that, but it's one of those. When the system comes on, about once a year you open that gate valve and it flushes all the impurities out. Even though there's a filter with all the drip irrigation, still nobody's filter is 100%. And let's see, that's about it. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the most important things. If you're going to do this type of project and you have a big tree and you plant more trees, what are the roots going to do? The roots are going to grow out and they're going to be, searching for nutrients. That's what trees do, right? So what we did was we installed this mini deco bark, and what this mini deco bark does is it does several things. It helps to keep the weeds down, helps to keep the moisture in. It just looks amazing, and the best part is it feeds the soil. If I come next month, in about a month, lift it up, there's a little white film. It's called mycorrhiza. That actually is a fungus that actually is in a symbiotic relationship with the root systems of all the trees. And so it gives the tree what it needs, and then in return, the tree gives it food. So it's a really great symbiotic relationship, but it doesn't happen without giving it food, and this is the food that it needs. And so the takeaway from this is that you always want to mulch in areas other than your vegetable garden, because you're doing amending and doing special stuff with that. We put some special mixed compost here, so when it gets rolling in springtime, it's going to be amazing. But between this and the spring trees, the springtime fruit trees, we're going to have to do another video, and hopefully this is just going to give you an idea, inspire you. I did want to mention that we do use the Rainbird valves. So they're right here. We use the low flow valves. They're always guaranteed to shut off. When you have drip irrigation, sometimes if it's not a Rainbird, it may not shut off because it takes a lot of pressure to open the valve and to close it too. I'm going to close the valve manually. That's as easy as it gets. Okay, so we're having fun, making a difference for our planet. This is Mike from Enviroscape LA. When you think regeneration and foodscaping, think Enviroscape.